Rail unions are warning that strike action can't be ruled out if a controversial scheme to remove guards from trains is introduced here in the West Midlands. Drivers and guards are currently on strike on the Southern rail network in London over plans to bring in driver-only operation. The RMT union has been handing leaflets to commuters warning that the same thing could happen here. Well, our transport correspondent, Peter Plisner, is outside Selly Oak Station in Birmingham for us now. So what exactly is the union saying, Peter?
Well, Nick, this all relates to the new West Midlands rail franchise and an invitation to tender sent out by the government to the two potential bidders. The unions certainly have concerns having seen that document, so much so they've issued this leaflet, which, as you say, they're handing out to passengers. Amongst their concerns, they're worried that there might be more ticket office closures across the region. They're also worried about cuts in train maintenance and the impact on jobs, and that driver-only operations scheme, which seems to be their greatest concern.
What they're expected to do within a matter of seconds is not safe in our belief. That then opens the door for the companies to remove the guard from the train. They are safety critical trained, not just for the sake of opening and closing doors, but other aspects of the operation within the rules on the railway.
How likely is it, Peter, do you think, that driver-only operation will come here?
Well, it's a definite possibility. Most new trains are arriving with the capability for the driver to control the doors. Ultimately, it's up to the franchise bidders whether they want to go down that route. We'll know, obviously, next year when the winner is announced. Has to be said that taking the guard out of a train does save money and could earn that company extra profits, but passengers we've been speaking to aren't happy about it on safety grounds.
I think that anything that compromises health and safety is an issue. And if the drivers say that it's not a good idea, then I believe it's not a good idea.
Personally, I think it's cost-cutting and it's putting the public at risk.
I think it would probably be safer if we still had the guard. I mean, there's obviously lots of issues. I travel every day on a train, so I think there's lots of issues.
Could we see strikes here too? Well, a lot depends on what happens in London. Unions here say they prefer to negotiate than have strike action. The government says the unions are scaremongering. They say modern trains with driver operation capability have been around for 30 years. They also point to places like Germany and Japan where it's been successful there too.
Peter, thank you. Well, you've been getting in touch with us about this on Facebook and Twitter today. Tony Bufton tweeted, "Very concerned that we may see guard-free trains in the region one day. Passengers need that contact on board to deal with problems." Andrew Blackford posted on Facebook, "The driver already has enough to do without being responsible for the doors," he says. Tracy Ann Hendy wrote, "It's not a health and safety issue at all, so I'm afraid it's progress and they won't get any sympathy from me." And Siobhan Roach says, "I don't think it'll make a difference. Money needs to be invested to improve services and enter the modern age." Thanks to all of you who got in touch. Thank you. Today's job figures show that unemployment has fallen sharply in the West Midlands. The number of people out of work in the region dropped by 25,000 between August and October. There are now a total of 151,000 people out of work here.